Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Randy. It's Wednesday, so what are we going to talk about today? That's actually a fantastic question. I don't know. Let's keep it topical, though. The usual parade of visual effects that you run into in media these days is impressive. Last night, one of my students was showing me simple compositing done with fire and a bunch of guys, some of them with ropes wrapped around their heads. This was, in and of itself, not a particularly difficult thing to accomplish in the tools that are basically available to just about any creator out there. What made it curious was that it had a lot of other clearly composited work that was so cleanly done, it actually looked like it wasn't composited. That's what makes the craft of doing visual effects so compelling for young people, for young artists, is that you can create some really impressive work without necessarily needing to have a whole studio behind you. There are artists out there creating on YouTube and out on Vimeo and with their own websites. Most famously the Andrew Kramers and Stu Rabinowitz, who went on to basically transform their careers, and now they've evolved beyond doing YouTube tutorials. They're the success stories that people look to as, oh hey, I can do this too. And you're right, you can. How do you look at somebody's work? How do you look at somebody's work and figure out how they did it? A lot of it has to do with just having some experience with the tools, knowing what's possible. I often will talk to my students when I describe things like After Effects. I tell them, first off, that the rabbit hole has no bottom. The ability to achieve something using a tool like After Effects is bounded only by your own imagination, perseverance, and desire for knowledge. Okay, so if you can spend your time learning the basics of compositing, and then realizing how you can use that, you can leverage that knowledge to create something that's never been seen before. That's actually hugely exciting. That's exciting. It's exciting and it's inspiring for others. So let me back this up. When somebody asks me, can I do this in After Effects? My first answer is yes. And then I will follow it up with, because the rabbit hole has no bottom. You don't know, there's no way to tell whether something is possible until you try it. But the tools are so comprehensive, and the techniques can be so convincing when applied with skill and with patience, that by the time you've created something in After Effects, and if you've used that time, you've built some skill in using those tools, and you have a consistent vision, yeah, you can absolutely create whatever you want. You can create anything you want in After Effects. Okay, that's going to do it for this edition of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Randy. If you like this episode, please do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, share this around, like this, subscribe for more videos like this. I'll keep making them 3 days a week. Until next time, for all my students, past, present, possibly future, go out and create some media. See ya.